Welcome to Go Fish Reading. To start, I want to thank Jesus Christ for this wonderful answer to prayer. All credit given where all credit is due. If you're here watching because you were searching for answers and help to teach someone to read, then you're in the right place. Maybe you want to teach a toddler to learn to read, maybe a child that is preparing for kindergarten, perhaps a child of any age that is struggling in school. Then there may be a person that never did learn to read and is now a senior citizen that wants to read. This game can also be used to check on a child that is having behavioral issues at school. Embarrassment can cause it acting out in class when a child is confused. Whatever the reason, no matter the age or the stage of the student, this game is a fun, stress-free way to get goals accomplished. Let's get started. First, you'll want to make the game. You'll need the following supplies: index cards, construction paper, glue stick, plastic container with a lid to hold the card deck for the Go Fish pile, scissors, a steak knife, black marker, crayons, clear contact paper or shelf liner, foam pool toy, large is best. If you can't get that, then use something else like a couple of boxes of pasta to hold the cards. Having something to hold the cards is very important. Too much time and attention can be wasted adjusting cards if you do not have a holder. I could not find what I wanted at the store, so I made what I wanted. I used the blank side of an index card for each letter. I wanted a card with both the uppercase letter and the lowercase letter. I also wanted it to be not too busy, but colorful enough to be interesting. I thought it was important to keep the main focus on the letters. I added a small uppercase letter to the top and bottom corners. This would make it easier to identify the cards when they were set up in the foam holder. Then I put a black dot at the top of each card to indicate the top of the card. If the black dot is at the top, then the card is sitting right and not upside down. When it came time to color the cards, I had a 4-year-old help me. He did a great job. Now each letter needs a match to make a pair, so I made each letter card twice. I then cut out construction paper the size of the index card and used a glue stick to attach it to the back of the index card. Clear shelf paper is what I then used to cover each card on both sides, making sure that the clear shelf paper went out about a 1/4 inch past the index card to help give it a seal, like a cover. This all gives the card stability. When this game is used over and over again, it is a good idea to make it sturdy. It also makes them easier to keep clean if they get messy. I did find that the cards were kind of slick, making them a little more difficult to hold on to. So to fix that, I put stickers around on the back to give the back of the cards some texture. In the pictures, it does not show the stickers because I smudged them out. To turn the foam pool toy into a card holder, I first used a steak knife to cut it into 4 equal sections. Then I used only 2 sections. I cut through one side to make a slit to hold the cards. Then on the opposite side of the slit, I cut off an edge to make a kind of flat bottom for it to sit on. You've decided to be a fishing buddy. This means you already know how to read and you want to teach someone else. Now that you've found a way to teach reading, now that you have made the game, you're ready to learn to play. With this game, there are 2 levels. Level 1 must be mastered completely before going on to level 2. A lot of people already know how to play Go Fish. This is how I play. Level 1, Go Fish Reading, Names. This is a 2-player game. Deal each player 5 cards. Place the rest of the deck into the center of the game playing area, into a plastic container if you have one. Place them face down so we do not see the letters. Arrange the 5 cards in any order in the foam pool toy card holder. It does not matter who goes first. Hear it, see it, say it is a priority in this game. Okay, it's my turn. I look at my cards. I need to have the letter I ask for in my hand, also known as the holder. I want to make a match or a pair. I say, do you have an H? If the learner is an extreme beginner, go ahead and show the cards so the learner will begin to understand what you are talking about. Later on in the learning process, you will not have to show your card. You look at your cards and respond either, yes, I have an H, then hand me your H card, or say, no, I do not have an H, go fish. Remember to always say the whole phrase so that you are reinforcing the hear it, see it, say it. The learner must also use this phrase type in response. There is a bonus extra turn if you receive the card you asked for, either from the other player or by drawing it from the Go Fish pile. If from the Go Fish pile, the card must always be shown to the other player to prove it was just drawn. There is no limit on bonus turns. Just keep taking your bonus turns as long as you keep getting what you ask for. If I make a pair, I will lay the 2 cards to the side in my very own fish pile. My turn is now finished and it is your turn. Just keep playing and taking turns like this until the Go Fish pile is empty or a player runs out of cards. At this point, it is time to count the matched pairs. Whoever made the most pairs wins. I like to play another game to see who wins the next game. If the same person wins again, we're finished. If the other person wins, then we have to have a playoff to see who is champion. To give the learner an extra edge until they're skilled, I line up my cards and only add to one side of my foam pool toy holder. Then I ask in order of old to new, then start again when I have reached the end. This just levels the playing field a little, because I may know they have something in their hand as they have asked for it. But I do not ask for it unless they're really beating me and I need to catch up. The more they learn, the less this will be needed. After level 1 Go Fish reading names has been fully mastered, you're ready to move on to the next level. Go Fish reading sounds level 2. Level 2 is played almost the same way level 1 is played, but with a major difference. Cards must be asked for by sound only. The names of the letters must not be used. Only the sound or sounds the letter makes. For instance, I might ask, do you have a B? By instead of saying the name, I would make the sound like the B in boy. You would answer, yes, I have a B, or no, I do not have a B, using only the B sound. Playing this way will help make it clear that each letter has a name and makes a sound. Like a cow says moo and a duck says quack, a cat says meow, it is possible a person that is struggling with reading is not clear on this concept. If you make it clear that the item name is not necessarily the same thing as the item sound, they are 2 different things, then this will avoid or correct confusion. This is why Go Fish reading names and Go Fish reading sounds are 2 separate games. There are some letters that make more than one sound. In the most simple way, showing an A has 3 sounds. A like cake, A like apple, A like wall. So to ask for an A, I would have to say, do you have an A, ah? For an E, it would be E like me, E like red. When asking for an E, make only the sounds and say E, eh. Both sounds must be said when asking. By always asking for all of the sounds that a letter makes, it will instill in the thought process when trying to read a book or such. If one sound does not make sense, to try the other sound to figure it out. I has 2 sounds. I like iron, I like ink. So for the letter I, you would say, do you have an I, if? The letter O has 3 sounds. O like go, O like olive, O like book. So to ask for an O, you'd say, do you have an O, ah, oo? The letter U has 2 sounds. U like use and U like umbrella. So you would say, do you have a U, for the letter U? Letter Y has 3 sounds. Y like yellow, Y like fly, Y like baby. So for the letter Y, you would have to ask for, do you have a y, I, e? The letter C has 2 sounds. C like city and C like cat. So for the letter C, you would have to ask for a sk. Letter G has 2 sounds. G like get and G like George. So for the letter G, you would have to ask for a g, j. The letter K is silent before an N, and you would just have to explain that to the person and let it go at that, with kite having 1 sound, k. In mentioning that with a K, just do it before, and they'll automatically, easily remember that one. So without getting all complicated about how or why some letters have more than 1 sound, just teach it and let the person learn why and how later. Just make sure that the student knows the names and sounds of letters, and it'll build a good foundation for reading. Names first, sounds second, not mixing them up, but keeping the game separate will keep things to be sorted out in their mind. We're now ready to begin the journey, begin to play, then play some more. Remember to have fun. Sometimes a fun reward or something the learner likes to do, like put together a puzzle or play a sport or whatever brings them joy, could be used as a motivator if they're having some problems concentrating. A little break between games is a good idea. 10 or 15 minutes is good. Make sure the learner is not too hungry or too tired to play. You will want them to focus and be in the zone when playing. Being a fishing buddy is great fun and a privilege. This game is also one that can be used to teach numbers. It's Go Fish Reading Numbers. Just use the instructions about making the game like for letters, only use numbers instead. 1 to 25 gives a good game. When entering first grade, it was required that the learner knew their numbers from 1 to 25. So, make a set of cards with 2 of each number from 1 to 25. Then divide up the numbers game into 2 levels. Go Fish Numbers, Names. Level 1 is played teaching the name of each number. Once the name of each number is mastered, the learner will be ready for Level 2. Go Fish Numbers Amounts, Level 2, will be played by asking for number amounts instead of number names. For amounts, you may want to use an abacus or dried beans, anything that can be counted up to 25. Make sure whatever you choose to count is age appropriate. Something that would work for a 6-year-old may not be good for a 2-year-old. When first starting out, you may only want to use 1 through 5 cards. This will keep the learner from being overwhelmed and keep an easy interest until ready to add more cards. Go ahead and make the full card set of 1 to 25 so that you are ready as the learner progresses. Remember to hear it, see it, say it. For instance, if you have a 3 and you say, do you have a, now count out 3 beads, do not say the name. I would have to say, yes, I have a, then count out 3 beads and hand the number 3 card to you. If I do not have a 3 card, I would have to say, no, I do not have a, then count out 3 beads and tell you to go fish. By keeping things simple and playing the game over and over, there will be a connection and understanding that happens. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe and share this video. You can get more info at gofishreading.com.